Good evening to all my dear friends and sadhaks. A very warm welcome to each one of you. Come, let's pray together first. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. To that Almighty, who is Stavishta and Staviro Dhruvaha. Together we all offer our Sastanga pranams and salutations. To seek His love, His grace, His mercy, His compassion, His forgiveness, Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya. We beseech in Him to make all this knowledge adaptable in life, to give us that strength to imbibe in our life, and eventually at the end of our journey reach His lotus feet. Our Sastanga pranams to the entire Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. Today we are on our Divine Discourse number 168, the 18th of December 2020, Sharvarinama Samvatsara, Dakshinayana, Hemantarutu Margashira Masa, Shukla Paksha, Chaturthi, Shravana Nakshatra, Vyagata Yoge and Bhavakarane. On this auspicious day of Friday and time of the evening, Naham Karta Hari Karta Hari Preranaya Hari Prityartam. Everything that we get in our life on a daily basis, moment to moment, is only due to the grace of God. To such a Lord, we offer once again our salutations and devoted prayers. Good evening, everybody, once again. So, during our last discourse, we were talking about the uncertainty of life, which is the fourth verse. The first verse spoke about dharma. Second one was about artha, not to have an excess thirst for money or any possessions in life. Know how much you require and accordingly adjust your priorities in life. And the third one was kama, where desire is something which keeps all the time drawing you and your attention in various other directions. It will never allow you to reach the goal in your life or seek the path which is very essential in life. It keeps tossing you from one end to another. So here they say, be focused on that. And now, in the fourth verse, what they say is, if you think that, oh, I have enough time in life, doesn't matter. I will do whatever is required when the time comes. I think I'm too young for all that. If you think that way, here Jagadguru Shankaracharya is again whips you and he says, my dear, life is extremely uncertain. Don't ever think that you are going to last till the age of 70 or 80 or 90. These are all your illusions. One never knows what is his time to quit. So he says, his main purpose here in this is, he just wants to tell us straight and hard that you have to know that now and here, when one is young and one has got all the faculties of the physical and the mental efficiencies, and when they are prime, he says that is when you need to start developing your devotion to the Lord. There is no better time than that. Fortunate are those, extremely fortunate are those who in their young prime age, they start getting an affliction towards the Lord. So, Lord Buddha also was saying, one of his very famous quotations was, he always said that life is so uncertain. It is filled with dukkha and uncertainty. These were two very prominent things which he was always talking about. What does that mean? That means that any religion or any saint always said that this is something which you need to pay your attention. Prime, foremost attention. Don't give it the second priority. Give it the first and foremost priority. Sarvam dukkham dukkham. Sarvam kshanikam kshanikam. In life, there is always sorrow after sorrow again. Somewhere in between you will see some glimpses of joy. And kshanikam kshanikam, which means it is not going to last forever. It is momentary. Anything can happen to you at any point of time. So strive now and here. That is the core urgency of this particular stanza. I spoke to you of my own friends and people in my own circle, how that at a very prime young age they passed. They would not have had, they or the person or the family would not have had even 1% doubt of such a thing could happen to them. I remember another very classic example to show how uncertain life is. During my school days, I had one teacher known as Ajit sir. Now, he was a celebrity teacher for us. He used to come, I was studying in an RSS school, and maybe twice or thrice in a year he used to come and review our physical strength. He was an expert in yoga. On an all India basis, he used to travel to various centers of the RSS and teach yoga. Now, this person in his late 50s, he just like that passed away. He had a massive heart attack and he passed away. Now imagine a person day and night doing yoga. Is there any barometer of health also for your life? That is what I wanted to defy by giving you this example. You may be in the most fit condition, but when death knocks at you, you are no more there. So the purpose of telling of uncertainty of life is, don't wait till the end. I will do this later. That procrastination in life, please don't do that. Wherever you are, however you are, immediately understand this uncertainty and cling on to the feet of the Lord. Start chanting His name. Start meditating on Him and slowly start moving towards Him. And let us assume you are lucky enough and you have a healthy life and you're crossing your 60s, you're into your 70s, and you're more lucky enough that you are in your 80s too. But then he says, you know what happens at that age? Disease and conceit. These two things which is riddled with pangs of grief, pain, anxiety, these will all be in your closest company at that point of time in life. So what happens when you reach that stage in life? If you have not got somebody who is powerful and divine as your soulmate, you will be experiencing hell while living. Because in the subsequent shlokas, he'll tell you how the world will treat you in your old age. See, this is so systematically done. I can't tell you how much it amazes me. What one can think of is already put in this particular BHAJA GOVINDAM. He says, no, you think that you're going to have a gala time when you're old. That will come in the next verse. So, in such a scenario, what happens is, if you have had the right company of the Lord, then that will take you forward. It will keep you happy, contented. You want that privacy, and the world gives you that kind of privacy. So bring that alignment in your life while you are young enough. And also this BHAJA GOVINDAM, if we educate the younger generation, I tell you, especially their married life will be completely a harmonious one if both have the knowledge. That is this is a yoga buddhi. Apart from the infatuation what has for each other, but the amount of respect they will start developing against each other. They know what is our journey. When we get married, what happens? The Panditji tells us, dharme cha arte cha kame cha nati charami. We touch the panigram and tell this. And the Mangal Sutra is also tied only thrice. Dharmecha, Artecha, and Kamecha. Moksha is not there. Why not tie 4 times or 5 times to make it more strong? The purpose is on these threefold, Dharma, Artha, and Kama, we both are going to go together as our Purushartha in life. But moksha is an independent phenomena. However close we might have lived together, but on the journey towards moksha, we are not together. We can only help each other to reach that moksha, but we cannot go together for moksha. That basic knowledge is given at the very beginning of our lives. So life is highly unstable, instable. So you start moving your mind towards the Lord. And why they have given a comparison to the lotus leaf over here? It could have been any other flower, isn't it? One important aspect is, you might have seen in the photographs or in the statues of various lords, be it Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or even goddesses, they all have a lotus flower. If you compare, there are so many other flowers which are much better in terms of fragrance and in looks, but gods have always preferred the lotus. The reason is, every plant needs mud to grow, but a lotus flower does not need mud to grow. It grows just in that water. And the second important aspect is, the leaf of that particular lotus plant, it does not hold any water on top of it. One drop of water you put on it, immediately it will fall down. So it also teaches us that when you are in this dealing in this external world, you be in that way. Don't get stuck to the external world. Enjoy the world. Be kind, be good. Do all what you can to the external world. But when it comes to moving towards the Lord, you should immediately slip like that drop of water which is on the lotus leaf and move towards the Lord effortlessly. That is the reason they have taken the comparison to a lotus leaf over here. If you put a drop of water on any other leaf, it is much more stable. Still there is some stability to it, but on a lotus leaf, it is not. So they tell us, be like that water on that lotus leaf while living. And always try to get attached towards the Lord. And have that feeling in your mind that I am not here for eternity. Avichara kruto bandha vicharena nivartate. Most of our problems, or you can say all our problems in our life, are just because of an improper thinking and understanding. We think we are going to be here in this world for life, forever, eternity. Once Swamiji was asked, he used to go to different places, stay in somebody's house, and in one common place, he used to give, say, pravachan for a week. And after a week, he used to go to his next station. So he says, they asked the Swamiji, how come when you come to our place, that is on the first day, everybody is extremely happy to see you. And on the second day, they are still more happy. Third day they are more happy. Fourth, fifth, sixth, their happiness increases, but it doesn't decrease. How come this happens? The Swamiji says, see, when I come to your place, I come with my departure date. I'm not going to, like, I come and say, I don't know when I'm going. I don't keep it as a secret. I come with my departure date. So as my departing date comes closer and closer, everybody is much more happier only. So in life, what we have done is we count forward. But the secret here, what the Swamiji tells us is count backward. You'll be more happy. Reason is when you start counting forward, you will say, oh, I'm going to live for so many years. And there is no thrill in that. But when you start counting forward, you know that you have that limited time in your hand, and then your efficiency also improves. Go from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Value your time. And when you do not know what is the time and duration of death, all the time you are worried about it. That fear, when death is going to come, because you are not prepared, because you don't know the date. You are only fearful, but you are never made your plans for your journey. Look at ourselves. If we have to go to some place, it could be within India or abroad. If it is a 1 month trip or a 6 weeks trip, how much of preparation goes into that? What preparation are we doing over here for our next life? Treat your life here as a vacation. See what happens in a vacation? We only spend money, right? Nobody earns when they go on a vacation. They're just spending money. Everything from morning till night, you're only spending money. Although you're spending money, you're still happy there. And there you don't sit and think about your problems. You're just enjoying your life. In the same way, make your life as a vacation. Not to be serious. Give the requisite amount of your effort in moving towards the Lord, and the rest be in the world. Know that this disease, this particular anxiety is a part of your life. If you live long, yes, diseases will embrace you over a point of time. Apple co-founder, who was the chairman and CEO, Steve Jobs, he made his final statement before dying. He made one beautiful statement. He says, earn money to the extent you need in your life and use the rest of your life for higher causes. Tell me, does this sense come to all of us? We still want to earn, be whatever it is. You have had enough, not only for your life, but for another 1 generation or 2 generations, whatever it is. But you have that quest only to earn money, earn name, earn your power. He passed away at the age of 56, Steve Jobs, with neuroendocrine cancer. And when he passed away, his net worth was about 50,000 crores. He said, this is the biggest mistake I did. I did not achieve anything else in my life. I was on and off, only in my work. So he uses that word, higher causes. Draw a line, move forward. And once you get the knack and the grip of being with the Lord, Brahmabhutah prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samassarveshu bhuteshu madgatim labate param. In the 18th verse, almost at the end of the 18th verse, meaning end of the Gita, the Lord says, one who is in that constant thought, even while working in his waking state, he is thinking about me, he is mentally serene, he is not desiring nor he is grieving about anything. Such a person, such a yogi, he attains my supreme devotion. This is what is important. Let's look at our life. Look at your picture about 10, 15, 20 years back. How were you then? How are you now? Okay, now if we decide, last 20 years, what have I done? You may, if we are asked to write down what all we have done in 20 years, you may take about 1 hour or 2 hours, or say max 5 hours to write whatever you have done in this 20 years. When you look at closely what you have done, there are 3 important parameters which we will be covering. That's all in this 20 years. One is, we will have experienced sorrow at various points of time. Then some diseases now and then. And the third thing is, you are in some kind of an abhiman, is some kind of a pride on your achievements, possessions, status in these 3 things. There is no fourth. Rare are those people who are living blissfully and most of the time cheerfully. Why I say sorrow? Because sorrow has overtaken joy. That's the reason we talk of sorrow. There is nobody who can say that I'm most of the time, or very few who can say I'm most of the time cheerful and I was less sorrowful. Why this happens? Because we don't have an idea of what we are doing. We are always in twofold manner we are disturbed. When we lose what we have, we are disturbed. And we are again disturbed when we don't get what we want. Isn't it? So here they say, gata suna gatan sunscha nanu shochanti panditaha. In the 2nd chapter, Lord Krishna says, wise men do not sorrow on what is coming and what is going. They have established themselves in with me. They are with me all the time. That is what we have, that hope, desire, expectation, which is called as akanksha. If one is able to get rid of this and just go with the flow, 50% of our problems are solved in life. And if your sorrow goes away, then your mind is under control. If your mind is under control, then your health is under control. So keep chanting the name of the Lord. Be in His company. Keep remembering His glories. Give up this abhiman, this false egos. Then you will be free from shoka and diseases. Otherwise, what happens? This body, mind, senses, and the world, it is like you are a silkworm where you are spinning your silk around yourself again and again, again and again. And finally, you die in that boiling water. Daiva sampada vimokshaya nibandha asuri mathaya. Only this Daivi sampat, this attachment towards the Lord, that can take you to moksha. Rest, all these worldly things will only bind you more and more and more. because life is full of uncertainties and it is always riddled with tensions and worries. So we need to utilize our time wisely, understand the purpose of life, not to build attachment and waste time. With this uncertain physical world where we are trying to seek happiness. So become aware of this. And now is the time to start the inward journey to understand who we really are and realize our goal and purpose of life. So this is beautifully he explains. Know this. Don't postpone. Immediately get in touch with the Lord and be in constant touch. Increase your connect with Him. And if you at all survive till your later stages in life, where you get old and you still survive, don't worry. That is the time when you can be constantly engaged with Him and make the fullest of your life. You have the best company in life. There can't be anybody greater than that. And then he says, you know how the world treats you as you grow old? That comes in the next verse. Oh, we didn't chant the verse at all today. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll chant BHAJA GOVINDAM and we'll chant the 4th verse and we'll then also chant the 5th verse. I will once read the 5th verse so that it will be easier for you. Yavad vitto parjana saktaha stavan nija parivaro raktaha paschat jivati jara jara dehe vartam kopina pruchati gehe. Okay. I think you all have got it on WhatsApp. Now the shloka is there in front of you, word to word meaning is there, and the paragraph meaning is also there with you. Okay. Now BHAJA GOVINDAM, verse 4, Nalani dala gata, and then this particular verse. We'll just touch base with this verse and we'll take it up in the next class. BHAJA GOVINDAM, BHAJA GOVINDAM, Govindam bhaja mudhamate samprapte san nihite kale samprapte san nihite kale nahi rakshati Dukurum karane nahi rakshati Dukurum karane Nalani dala gata jala mathi taralam tadvajivita matishaya chapalam Vidhi vyadhi abhimanagrastam Vidhi vyadhi abhimanagrastam Lokam shokaha tancha samastam Lokam shokaha tancha samastam Yavadvitto parjana saktaha stavan nija parivaro raktaha paschat jivati jar jar dehe paschat jivati jar jar dehe vartam kopina pruchati gehe vartam kopina pruchati gehe BHAJA GOVINDAM Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. So here, this is a very practical approach towards life again. Only thing is, here Jagadguru Shankaracharya, he was about 1200 years ago. So there could be a slight change in the situation then and now. Like those days you could see people crossing their 90s, easily even crossing 100. But now it's very rare to see somebody who is getting into 90s and 100s. So that way, you will see that people pass away only when they are still in their 70s and 80s. So they are fairly decent enough in terms of health, and there are no joint families as we had seen earlier. I remember myself when I was a child, we were in a joint family where we were about 100 people at home, and they used to be old people. What exactly is said here, they were in that position in our ancient houses. They are in one corner just lying down. So here what they say is, remember, don't be very proud of yourself. Now you are in your prime. You may be in your 40s, you may be in your 50s, you are earning good, you are running around, you are able to do so many things. All this is fine, but a day will come when you have got no ability to earn, and that is the day what happens when you don't earn, when you can't perform. So all those dependents who are there, so attached to you, they will remain only till you are in this position. One, he gives us a warning. And at the same time, he says, remember what I told you in the last verse? Get your connection stable with the Lord. Be in his good company. Anytime you call him, he should be with you. Get into that situation before the world treats you on these lines. So, yavad vitto parjana saktah stavan nija parivaro raktah paschat jivati jarjara dehe vartam kopina pruchati gehe. So this we will take in detail in our next class, which is on Tuesday. So tomorrow you will be getting the next revision link. So I hope everybody is able to catch up with the revision. And then Sunday will be totally for your sadhana and shravana manana nididhyasana. Then you will have a link again on Monday, and Tuesday a live class. Okay. Now we will understand today verse 6th of the Vishnu Sahasranama, 53rd and 54th divine name. 53rd is Tavishta. Now here Tavishta means we have been seeing the Lord omnipotent, omnipresent. He is present everywhere. This capacity of this Lord to be present in the entire universe and multiverse, that capacity and strength of his, due to that he is known as a Stavishtaha. And the next one is Staviro Dhruvaha. Despite of he having the capacity to be present at all places, at one point of time, he has the capacity of dissolving each and every aspect, living, non-living, in this entire universe, and be in also in an unmanifest form. Stavirodhruvaha, meaning he who is manifest so magnificently at this point of time has the capacity also at one point of time to become unmanifest. So for that rare quality which we don't have as humans or as devatas or anybody else, nobody has that quality. These are those rare qualities only which are with the Lord and Lord alone, who is the creator of everything. So to such a Lord, Stavishtaha and Staviro Dhruvaha, we once again offer our humble salutations. Dhanvantri Mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhayavinashaya Sarvaroganivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhayavinashaya Sarvaroganivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhayavinashaya Sarvaroganivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Our salutations to the Lord of Health, Lord Dhanvantari. Now let's meditate. Please be comfortably seated wherever you all are. Head, neck and spine in a straight line. Eyes gently closed. Wear a smile on your face. Now let's energize our entire body with the power of visualization. We start with the legs. From your toes, start slowly moving upwards. Energize your feet. Feel that wave of consciousness rejuvenating each and every cell of that portion of the body. Energize your waist and back. Energize your abdomen and chest region. Pay your gratitude to each and every organ in this portion of the body and visualize that they're getting stronger. Energize both your hands. Starting from the tip of your fingers, slowly moving upwards. Energize your shoulders and your neck. The more intense is the power of visualization, the more benefit it does in that portion of the body. Energize your face and head. Now let's take a few deep breaths. Our entire body and mind is completely energized. Now today we shall be doing the fifth and the sixth chakra, Vishuddha chakra and the Ajna chakra, which is at the back of your throat, blue in color. Element is space, and this chakra can be activated by meditating with the Moola Bija mantra Hum, H-A-M. Now let's meditate together. Hum. Focus intensely on this chakra which is behind your throat, blue in color. Now let's slowly move upwards to the Ajna chakra, which is also known as the third eye chakra, which is located between your eyes. Color is indigo. Element is light, and this chakra can be strengthened by meditating with the Moola Bija mantra Om. Now let's all meditate together. Relax your forehead. Set your body posture right again. In a calm and serene mind, a cheerful face, Now let's slowly shift our focus to the tip of our nose and watch our breath going in and out with ease. Shwasa Vikshana.